What's going on, my beautiful people? Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kemal AA, and this is another Chelsea transfer news daily video. We're speaking about Saul Niguez being heavily linked with Chelsea. An interesting update on him. An Erling Haaland update. Chelsea back in the race for him. Roman is desperate to sign him. What's going on? What is the latest update with Haaland? I'll be giving you guys the exclusive update. And finally, we will be speaking about the situation, the latest situation with Danny Ings. Again, is he the plan B? What's going on? 29 years of age, 1 year left on his current contract. What's going to happen with Danny Ings? Are Chelsea going to pursue him? We'll be delving into all the latest news and stories. But before I do get into all of it, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification. And without further ado, let's get straight into this news daily. And a quick note as well, I don't know if you guys live in London or in the UK, but it's absolutely scorching. You know, it's sweating. Just come out the shower and I'm already sweating. It's uncomfortable. You know, it's beautiful when London's like this, full sun, blazing. You know, everyone's in high spirits, shorts, you know, t-shirts. It's all great, but it's really uncomfortable. It's so humid. So anyway, enough of me waffling. Let's get straight into this news daily. And starting off with the exclusive update on Erling Haaland. Now, The Athletic they published an article early this morning, and they published one late last night as well. And they first said that Chelsea's admiration for Erling Haaland is very strong and hasn't diminished. They will consider alternatives if they can't sign Haaland. That's where Danny Ings comes in, such as, you know, Danny Ings. And there's another player that's been on Chelsea's radar as a backup, and that is Stuttgart Sasa. And I'm going to butcher this, but Sasa Kalajdzic. I'm never going to say that again, but basically let's call him Salsa, right? Tomato dip Salsa, whatever you want to call him. He's basically on Thomas Tuchel's radar. He's a striker for Stuttgart. He's got 16 goals in 33 Bundesliga appearances. He's a 24-year-old, 6'7" striker. Now, a part of me thinks, a cynical part of me thinks, if we're targeting this Salsa guy, you know, he's 6'7", he's basically a Peter Crouch region. Why don't we just keep Olivier Giroud? Because he's clearly going to be a target, man. This is why this for me screams incompetence. You know, you've faffed around for 2 months now. We've got 3 weeks until the Super Cup begins. We've got 3 weeks until the Premier League season begins. We're already well underway into pre-season, and there's no signing of anything. We haven't announced anyone. We're not even close to announcing anyone. So it's a bit of a shambles right now. Again, as I said, he is a backup. As well as Danny Ings, which I'll be getting into later in this video. Now, the interesting update with Erling Haaland, which I wanted to talk about, is, of course, we know Roman is desperate for him. Now, what he stated was that Abramovich is actually going to prepare an offer for Erling Haaland. Now, who broke this news? The person who broke this news was ex-West Ham employee who actually does a podcast with Mr. Alex Goldberg. He's got his sources and connections within Chelsea. He was the first person to break the Edouard Mendy news to Chelsea back last summer. So he has got his credibility and he has got his reliability in terms of sources. He's basically tier 1 when it comes to Chelsea news. And the fact that he's already stated that Roman is preparing an extortionate offer. He's confirmed that Dortmund will not sell Haaland. Apart from the fact, the only possible way Chelsea could sign Haaland, as we already know, is if Chelsea put in or place in an extortionate / astronomical bid. And that is exactly what Roman is about to do. That is exactly what Roman is preparing to do, according to ex-West Ham employee. So, you know, last few days we all thought the deal was dead in the water. Haaland's not coming. You know, Dortmund are reluctant to let him go. They're adamant that he's going to stay. And it looks like the deal is back on. You know, as I said before, even though the deal was dead in the water, I never said it was done. I said that I'm still remaining optimistic. Hopefully Chelsea are cooking behind the scenes. Hopefully Chelsea are trying to manufacture a move behind the scenes using third party or intermediaries, using agents, etc. to get this deal done. Chelsea are desperate to get this deal done. And listen, if Chelsea end up signing Erling Haaland, and they end up signing, you know, a backup defensive midfielder, compete for the midfield, because of course we lost Billy Gilmore. We sign in 2 or 3 positions and we start the season, I will forgive the board, 100%. No complaint. But there is a caveat here. If we end the transfer window shuts, and we sign no one, that's when Chelsea fans have a right to get angry. Because you've got Thomas Tuchel, Don Tuchel, who's done miracles for us. He's won a Champions League with none of the players being his players. This is all in Lampard's image. All of those players are in Lampard's image. This is completely Lampard's squad. He's won a Champions League with none of his players, £0 spent with Lampard's squad. Surely he gets given whatever he wants. So listen, I'm going to shut my mouth from now on. And if we sign Erling Haaland and we get our current targets, no complaint. But until then, for the last 2 months, we just faffed around. And that's what annoys me. That's why I'm slightly concerned. But in regards to Erling Haaland, it's good news. It is, of course, good news. If you want Erling Haaland, this could be good news. As I said before, though, we need to act quick. We need to act with precision. We need to act with pace. And the reason for that is Dortmund are not going to allow Haaland to go in the last week of the window. Now, as it stands, the transfer window does shut in about 5 to 6 weeks, and the fact they're not going to let him go in the last 2 weeks makes perfect logical and financial sense. Because if they let go of Erling Haaland, they're going to have to replace him, and if you sell him 1 week before the end, they're going to be panic buying a striker, and of course that's going to diminish their hopes of potentially securing a Champions League spot and qualification for next year. It makes no financial, nor does it make any logical sense. So of course, if they're going to sign Haaland, they want plenty of time in advance, they want the cash, and as I said yesterday, Dortmund are a very, very simple club. They've got a simple business model. They bring in young development, they bring in young talent, they develop them, they grow them, and they sell them on for a significant profit. That's their revenue stream. That's how they operate as a football club. That's their business model. And their price tag is simple. They put a price tag on a player and they say, right, as a club, to the opposition clubs, if you want to sign him, here's a price tag. We're not negotiating down. If you want him, you pay the price. If you're not going to pay the price, he's our player. Simple as that. They're not going to be bullied into anything. They did this with Sancho of Manchester United. It was a Sancho saga. They've done this with Pulisic when they sold him to Chelsea, and they've done it to other clubs as well. Irrelevant, completely irrelevant and redundant for the fact that Chelsea have a good working relationship with Dortmund. Dortmund have a very clear plan. You either pay the money for the player or the player stays. It's as simple as that. But remain optimistic. Be patient for this deal, because a deal like this with intermediaries, with agents, with bonuses, clauses, negotiating, it's going to take time. So be patient with this, and let's hope that Chelsea are going to get this deal over the line. Now, moving on to some other interesting news, and that is Saul Niguez from Atletico Madrid, the central the central midfielder. Now, according to Fabrizio Romano, who broke the news, Liverpool and Chelsea have both made proposals to Saul Niguez. Both clubs are waiting to see what happens with Barcelona in the coming days. If it collapses, the clubs will be ready to jump into the race. Now, I'm going to give you guys a very detailed update on the situation of Saul. Now, as it stands, the three clubs heavily interested in Saul Niguez is Barcelona, Chelsea and Liverpool. And that is the order in which the race is commending right now. Barcelona leading the race, Chelsea in second, Liverpool in third. Now, from various reports, from Spanish publications and various English publications, Saul would prefer a move to the Premier League, which of course benefits Chelsea and Liverpool. Now, the reason why Barcelona are leading the race is because there is a potential swap deal going on over there. Griezmann would like to go back to Atletico Madrid and Barcelona would like Saul. So there is a swap deal that can go there. However, don't allow your hopes to be died down here, because there's a lot of factors that take place here. Firstly, the wages. Griezmann is on over £800,000 a week at Barcelona. For him to move to Atletico Madrid, he would have to significantly reduce his wages. Again, is that something Griezmann is willing to do? That is one question. Another question is, Saul would prefer a move to the Premier League. That could scupper the deal completely and cause the deal to collapse. That's another issue on top of that. Barcelona can't afford to pay Saul outright because of their financial ruin and their financial difficulty, and the only way they can sign Saul is a swap deal. So there's many factors going on here. Plus, they have to agree personal terms with Saul, and that's why you don't see many swap deals happening in football, because it's very difficult and it can collapse very easily. Now, when it comes to Chelsea and Liverpool, Chelsea are ahead of Liverpool in the race because Chelsea, we've got the lure of London, we could pay higher wages. We're European champions. We are in a much more secure and stronger position compared to Liverpool. We have a better manager. We are in a stronger position. We've got the lure of London, and we've got a better squad. So for me, Chelsea will be 100% leading the race. And again, my question to you guys is Saul a player that we need? Personally, I think we do. He's a very technically gifted player. Close control, fantastic when it comes to vision, passing and creativity, and that's what we need in this team right now. We need a lot of creativity, and he will offer that a lot when it comes to passing, when it comes to unlocking those low blocks, and he can of course play in that pivot. He's versatile. He can play in a 6-6 position in the pivot. He can play as a number 8 as well. Very versatile, young as well, relatively young. Plenty of experience in the Champions League and La Liga. For me, he'd be a fantastic addition for the reported 32 to 36 million pounds. What do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. But moving on to the final story, again, Danny Ings. Now, according to The Athletic, Danny Ings is entering the final year of his Southampton deal. Chelsea might be tempted to look in his direction if nothing else materialises with their first choice options, i.e. Erling Haaland, even though he turns 29 this week. Now, Danny Ings, again, he has 12 months left on his current contract. He will be available for the rumoured £20 million. What do you guys think? If Haaland collapsed, would you be content with signing Danny Ings? Again, he's Premier League proven. He scored 22 Premier League goals last season. My only concern, I have a couple of concerns with Danny Ings. Firstly, his injury record. He's 29 years of age and he will be a stopgap. He won't be our long-term first-choice striker. Secondly, he's injury prone. That's my main concern here. He's very injury prone. Despite him scoring a lot of goals, he gets injured a lot at the same time, and that's something that, you know, can you really rely on someone who's always injured? I'm not too sure. Another thing as well, does the pressure get to him when he goes to top clubs? He thrived at Burnley, he moved to Liverpool. That deal did not work out. Yes, there were some injuries. Yes, there were some factors and circumstances, but he didn't perform for Liverpool. He moved to Southampton. He done well. Maybe that potentially is his level. However, as a stopgap, as a backup replacement, for me, as a second choice striker, Dan Ings is perfect. However, as a first choice striker competing for the Premier League, I'm not too sure. But what do you guys think? Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'll see all of you guys for my next video. Peace.